Welcome to Project 3 of our project-based Microsoft Office with ChatGPT and Gemini. In this project, we will create a complete company policy and procedures manual from generating the content using AI tools like ChatGPT and Gemini to applying advanced formatting in Microsoft Word and such as like multi-labels, sections, and also the styles. By the end of these lessons, you will have a professionally designed policy manual ready for presentations, printing, or digital sharing. Okay, so before we dive into Microsoft Word, so let's define our goal. A policy manual is an official document that outlines a company's policies and procedures and standards such as employee conduct, attendance, data security, and communications protocol. And we'll build a manual for a sample company, like we can call it the Blue Pick Media, a digital marketing agency. Okay. So let's begin by opening up the browsers, and I have to open up the or chat GPT, or you can use the Gemini or whatever you deserve. And let's start with the chat GPT. Now enter this format. So we can simply want to say like create a detail. So let's say the detailed company, if I want to say the policy over here, and say the procedures. So let's say the procedures over here and manual, and for let's say for let's say the digital, let's say the digital marketing agency. So if I'm gonna say the name, and we name it something like this one. So let's say the Blue Pick and say the media. Okay, so let's go with the name, and we want to include, like, let's say the include sections, like let's say interactions, and we want to say the cut of, let's say the code of conduct something, and let's say the work hours, and let's say the leave policy, and the IT and data security, and let's say the communications. Okay, so let's go with the communications guidelines, something like we want to prepare like these ones. Let's use the guideline over here, and now we're gonna do, so let's press, or here I have the this one. So if I'm gonna go to, or let's say this is the guidelines over here, and communications, if I'm gonna go to, and you can easily use the Grammarly if you want to use it over here. So, and here if I'm gonna say, so this is should be the procedures over here. So, and over here on digital marketings, like something. Okay, so press the enter. Now within second the AI will generate a structured draft. So we have these ones like Blue Peaks Media company policy and procedures, manuals like introductions about Blue Peaks Media, purpose of the manuals like these ones. Okay, so review it carefully and if needed refine the tone by saying, if I'm gonna say the make it sound professionals, let's say the profession or professionals and the concise. Okay, so like this one, and let's say the suitable, if I gonna use the uh, suitable for an internal company. Okay, so like these ones, and let's press the enter. And now that here's a refined professionals and concise versions of the Blue Peaks Media Company policy and procedures manual, written in clear or like formal terms suitable for internal distributions. Okay, so and that's it, we have over here. And once you are satisfied, copy the text and paste it into the new Word documents. So like we have this policy, and now let's copy it. Okay, so and now let's move into the Word, and if I gonna let's copy it again, and let's move into the Word to work on and paste over there. Okay, so now let's bring the manual to life in Word. Okay, so the first step is we need to save it by using like name our files, and if I'm gonna select these destinations, so let's name it like say the, or if I'm gonna go to the Blue Pick or here the media, so let's say the media, and let's say the policy. Okay, and say the manual, and use this is as the doc file, and also now save it. Okay, and now add a title page. So for that we can do, and if I'm gonna go to, or we can add the title page over here, so go to over here, and we can add here the cover page, like something I want to do for, like this is our the company's logos over here. And also document titles, if I'm gonna say this is the policy, or like, and let's say it will be comes up or comes with the procedures. Okay, and procedures over here, and also procedures manual, and that's it. And then insert a tables of content. Okay, from the reference tabs, or you can go to and use the in table of contents over here. Okay, so and if I'm gonna want to use the table of contents, just or before that, so let's refine it over here, let's delete it for now. Now go to the table of content, and we can just go ahead, and we have now the table of contents with these titles. Okay, so this will update automatically as we add headings and sections. Now we'll make the documents professionals using the word styles. So select the main sections tools, like we can say the introductions, and go to the code of conduct, or also the more. So let's say I'm gonna want to select all of over here, and if I'm gonna go to like these ones, and what we can do, let's select it all of them. We hold down the control key again, and this is the 7, and this is the 8, and this is the 9 policies over here. Okay, so now we want to add the headings. Go to the over here, you can make it the headings like these ones. Okay, or let's use the subheading as the heading 2. And for subtopics, you can use like work of hours and or the attendance. Apply the different settings like the heading 3. So if I'm gonna go to now the where the annual leaves, like let's say the sick leaves or annual, or like let's hold the control key, casuals and the leave, and let's make it the 3. Okay, so that's it. This will make your table of contents dynamic and organized. Okay, and here what we could do, we can also use these ones, the titles, or if I'm gonna go to the titles over here, and now you can go with the different font size. And for the text box, you can use the different text size like the 14s. Okay, so here is the 12 and this is the 14. Okay, so and add the spacings and also the indentations, and page breaks down or place between major sections for clarity. And policy documents often have numbered procedures or the rules. Here's how to use multi-level list. So highlight the list of policy. For example, let's say we gonna want to use the annual leave, or we can go to our here, and now or employee conduct rules over here, go to the or the styles, like click over here, or if I'm gonna go to our, or let's say we have the multi, or let's say you can have the multi-levels or multi-levels list effectively. So let's say we can get to it like the simple one. Okay, so and that's it, or I'm gonna do, so let's select it all of them, or like these ones, let's hold the control key and select all of them. And also now we gonna do it, make it the multi levels by selecting and use here the multi levels from there. Okay, so and that's it. And also for the attendance policy, so if I do have, this is the attend or this is the policies over here, you can have the attendance policies in there. Like you can use the, like employee must report to work by 9 a.m. and late arrival beyond 50 minutes must be reported to HR. And also like something like this one you can use in your policy. So that's it. This structure ensure the documents clear, professionals and easy to navigate. Now let's add sections break for better contour and over layouts and headers footers. So go to the, or we can do, so go to, or like let's delete it for now, go to the layout or layout text or tab and click on the breaks over here, and next page break sections. Okay, so like these ones over here, and also use different headers for sections over there, or let's undo it, or here we can do it, or I have already the blue medias over here. So and this is the company policy and procedures manuals. So use different headers for each sections. For examples we have, and if I'm gonna do, let's use the blue text media, and let's say the policy or manual. Okay, so like these ones, and confidential internal use only. So in the footers, insert the page numbers using the page numbers. Click over here and choose the bottom of the page and also plain number 2 like something this one. So and that's it, we have added the footers. And to make the documents visually appealing, at your company logo at the top of the title page. So if I'm gonna go to let's go to the inserts, use the photo pictures and these devices from there. So and if I'm gonna now try to find out my logos, so I have already created it, the logos over here. And what can we do? So let's say we have the difference logo. So for from there, for the bluepex media, so we want to use the another one. Or if I gonna go to let's try to find out from there. And if I do have the blueprint over here or blue peak over here. And now let's go back again. And if I gonna do have, or if I have like these ones, or so now let's or skip it for now. Okay, and instead the page border or simple lines between the major sections. And if you do have these sections over here, or let's double clicks in there. So what we can do, we can move it the little bit down over here. And now use the page numbers we have already used in there. Okay, page borders are simple lines between the border sections. You can go ahead and use shadings or bold for key terms like employee must or confidentials. Align all elements consistently using rulers and margins. You can also even create cover page from the Word templates I have already created in there. Finally, review your manual. Click headings and suffering for the consistencies over there, or you can update like that. That's one. So I have now updated these ones. Okay, so when you are satisfied, save the final versions as the PDF by going to the file tabs. Use the save as and use the PDF, or first need to select the destinations and first save file types with the PDF and name it something like Bluex Media Policy Medias over here. And now like we have a complete formatted and polished company policy procedures manual created with the combined power of AI and Microsoft Word. Okay, so and that's it. Congratulations, you have just complete project 3 policy manage or manual creations. You have learned how to generate structured professionals content using ChatGPT and Gemini, apply advanced formattings like multi-level list and sections, and design a clean corporate style policy manual ready for professional uses. So in our next project, we will continue exploring how AI can or accelerate documents creations, making your workflow faster, smarter, and more impactful.